Hey everybody, this is Maskin from Potty Creed here to give you my post-September 1st ban list zombie mill deck profile. Let's start off with one of the big beat sticks of the deck, which is Red Eye Zombie Dragon. His effect allows me to special summon any zombie monster destroyed by him on my side of the field, which helps speed up the mill a little bit. Next up, we got 3 Pyramid Turtles, the best searcher in my entire deck and one of my favorite cards in the game because it just annoys everybody. Next up, we got 3 Soul Absorbing Bone Towers. Mills 2 cards every time a zombie monster special summon to the field, which is any monster when zombie world is out. And it also cannot be targeted for an attack as long as there's a zombie monster on my side of the field. Next up, we got Zombie Master, who allows me to discard 1 card to special summon 1 card from either player's graveyard, which again, when zombie world out on the field is any card. We have 2 Mizukis, which I'm so thankful that this card got semi-limited because this deck runs so much more smoothly with 2. Can discard him, or can banish him from the graveyard to allow me to special summon 1 zombie monster from my graveyard. Next, we have 2 Plague Spreader Zombies. He's my favorite tuner of the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now because he just has so much use. You can use him over and over and over and over in a single duel if you play him right. Next up, we have a Single Debris, Single Dandy for the tokens, Single Morphing Jar, and a Shooting Doji, which allows me to get a lot more use out of Plague Spreader Mizuki. Next up, I'm going to show you my spell cards, which is a single 1-day piece, a little bit of extra draw power, a little bit of a delay. Lightning Vortex, which allows me to clear my opponent's monsters out a little bit easier. And you can also discard Mizuki to get a little bit more use out of Mizuki without having to go through the effort of normal summoning and hoping it gets destroyed while it's in defense mode. We have Allure of Darkness, which is a little bit more draw power, assuming I can draw a dark monster, which is pretty easy with my deck. We have Mind Control, which I mostly use it so that I can use other opponents' monsters for synchro summons without having to waste one of my monsters. I use Burial from a different dimension that'll help me get back my Plague Spreaders and my Mizukis if I want to reuse them. Night Beam, which in my opinion is going to be the card that replaces Mr. Space Typhoon in this game. 1 Terraforming in case I need to get out of zombie world quickly. 2 Hand Destructions provides a little bit of draw power and once again can help me get rid of a Mizuki. Because let's face it, in this deck most of my monsters are better off in the graveyard than they are on the field. 2 Swords of Revealing Light for a little bit more stall power until I can get my mill set up. 3 Book of Lives not only allows me to bring back a monster from my graveyard, but also allows me to banish a card from an opponent's graveyard that may be annoying me that game. 3 Zombie Worlds for obvious reasons, and 3 MSTs. Next up, we got trap cards. Not many in this deck, to be honest with you. We got 1 Torrential. We got 2 Dark Bribes. And 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrows because, let's face it, he's an asshole and he's broken. And then for my extra deck, we have 1 Scrap Dragon, discard a card, destroy a card, pretty simple. 1 Iron Chain, speeds up the milling a little bit, and is also a pretty good beat stick. Black Rose, which is the only answer I have to Heavy Storm being banned right now. Archfiend Zombie Skull, which keeps my zombie type monsters from being affected by card effects. Revive King Hades, which negates the effects of any effect monsters destroyed by zombie cards I control. Gaia Force, Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth. Pretty good beat stick. I can also use him, recycle Plague Spreader, and get out Scrap Dragon a little bit quicker. Doom Kaiser Dragon, when he special summons the field, allows me to bring back 1 zombie monster from my opponent's graveyard, and if I can get Zombie World out in time for this, it allows me to special summon any monster in the graveyard, essentially. 1 Wind Up is in mains. Everybody knows his effect. It's very useful in any deck. I consider him a staple. Number 10 Alumni, decent beat stick, a little bit extra draw power. Acid Golem, just simply for the fact he's a 3,000 point beat stick. And then I run 2 Utopias and 2 Utopia Rays. And the reason I do this is because when Zombie World is out on the field, I can quickly Z into Utopia while my bone tails are out, and that's the 6-card mill if I have all through. Then I can exi into Utopia Ray using Utopia as the exi material, which is a good quick 12-card mill, 18 according to what I can follow it up with. I'd also like to note that I'm been testing out running a needleworm in this deck, and it's actually starting to run pretty good, so that might be something for you to look into to side deck or add to this deck. And once again, this is Masking from Pot of Creed, and I wish you all a good day.